So I wanted to make a little bit of an update video on the custom R730 power cables I've been making. You can see I got some more I made up. I kind of fell behind. Life got in the way and stuff, but I have most of a restock and I'm kind of getting in a groove. So I got a bunch of stuff kind of that I'm progressively preparing to make more cables. But something I'm thinking about doing is I want to find somebody to make these for me to my specifications. But I'm also kind of conflicted because it sounds like from someone who messaged me recently, they might have found one on Amazon that actually works with the R730. I don't have any way to verify it, and I'm just going to have to take their word for it. It is possible that the people in China that are making the equivalent to these cables have seen my videos and have actually put in the effort to make them correctly. So that's kind of up in the air, I guess. But yeah, I'm thinking about finding someone in the US, if not local to me, to make these. And the rationale behind it is I kind of want to see a little bit higher quality. Like these are fine, they're good enough, but I'm not very good about making the lengths exact. So as you can see, there's a little bit of variance in the cable length, along with the braided mesh that I use. I'm using recycled materials for the wires and the mesh. So I don't have a set diameter and I can't really cut it to a set length. It's just whatever stuff ends up looking good when pulled tight, and then I kind of wing it on the measurements. But I haven't decided what to do with that yet. These aren't a very high selling item. I think since I've started doing this, I've probably sold around 60 of them. And I don't particularly make a good margin on these. It's not bad money by any means, but I figure somewhere around like $10 a cable is what I'm making after everything's all said and done. It's kind of hard to compete with the $12 to $15 ones coming out of China, assuming, they're actually wired correctly. The one advantage I should have is the fact that these I know for a fact are wired correctly, mostly because of this little jumper here, as you can see in the drawing. That is specific to some of the newer Dell servers. I also do want to test these in other models. I still need to verify the R520 for compatibility, which I haven't had time to do, which kind of sucks because the R520 is starting to get to that point where nobody's going to want it anyways. I also have a T640 collecting dust in my warehouse that I would love to pop one of these cables in and verify. Based on the Amazon listings, China is claiming they're compatible with the T640 and the T630 and the T620. But I am only listing compatibility for models that I've personally verified or from buyers that have verified for me. So I technically have never verified these for the Tesla P100, but I believe I've had 2 or 3 buyers now that have purchased these particular cables for their R730s with the Tesla P100 graphics cards. So that's kind of where things stand. I may be having a supply issue. The person on eBay that I have been buying the connectors and the pins for sent me the wrong pins than my last order. So I have some left. Actually, I have more left than I thought I did. But I don't know what's going on with that. Kind of hoping they're not mad at me, but I don't know. It's so hard to read with messages. I don't think they were happy with me wanting to return the pins they sent me, but the problem was the pins they sent me was a different part number and it's not compatible with my crimp tool. So I tried using a handful of them and basically it wasn't crimping properly. I wasn't getting a good lock on the cable, and I just was not comfortable with trusting the part. So I gotta message them. Hope things are okay between the two of us, because they kind of, at least with eBay messages, kind of came off as that they weren't happy with me complaining about it. But they were physically different. I unfortunately don't have them in here to show off. Um, but yeah, a bit of a ramble. I also just realized I want to test these in some of the precisions. I think I could test them in a 5820 and a 5810. I don't believe the BIOS for like a 3600, 3610 would support them. Maybe, shoot, what's the other old model? I think 7600 and 7610. But the problem is they don't have the BIOS support for the above 4G decoding, which I believe is why when I tested these in a different precision, why they didn't work. But yeah, that's basically where it stands. I want to figure out potentially finding someone to make these for me to my spec, and then I want to be able to add to the list of PCs that I've personally validated to be compatible with these cables in their pinout. So hopefully that's interesting, and thanks for watching.